Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to Live from New York. It's Jeff. I'm here in Atlantic City, New Jersey at the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino. Hey, Shirley. Good to see you're here. Let's see, we got about, where's the numbers here? I haven't done this in like 2 weeks. Seems like forever. So we've got about 10 people here. And, well, I'll get started shortly. I'll let you know I'm here in Atlantic City. I'm spending the night here at the Hard Rock. If you want, I'll give you a room tour in a little while if that's something you want to see. If not, not necessary. But I will let you know I just came from Serendipity 3, which just opened up yesterday at the Ocean Casino and Resort. Hey, Jim. Nice to see you. And I had a huge dinner there. Usually people go there for dessert, but I haven't eaten all day, so I didn't feel like a frozen hot chocolate and a banana split sundae or whatever you want to call it. I had an actual dinner with an appetizer, which is not what you really do at Serendipity, but that's what I did because I was hungry and I just didn't feel like eating a lot of sweets. So I'll talk about it a little bit more in a little while. Hey, Robert, how you doing? Luis Sanchez, nice to see you. Hey, Kitty Cat 777777. Nice to see you. I don't know if that was the right amount of sevens or not. So, hey, Deborah, nice to see you. AB, nice to see you from Rhode Island. Good to see you. Wise Malik, what's going on? And Kitty Cat 777777 says, laugh out loud. So anyway, I just actually raced to the hotel room. I had a busy day here on the boardwalk, and I got a lot of videos done. But the last one that I did, and the only thing I don't like about these live streams when I'm out on the road here in Atlantic City is I'm on a time schedule, and I have to be back at the hotel room at a certain time, of course, 7 o'clock, or actually 15 minutes too, because it takes a while to turn on the laptop and get things going and to check everything. I'm assuming all you guys can see and hear me fine. I didn't ask, but I'm just assuming that's the case. But I was just at Serendipity 3 at the Ocean. I didn't plan on going there today because the website said that there were no tables available, but I walked by to take some pictures for you guys, and lo and behold, there were empty tables, and I just kind of forced my way in and said, can I sit down and have a dinner? They said yes. So those of you not familiar with Serendipity, it's on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. I think there's 2 other locations, which is why this is called Serendipity 3. I believe that's the reason it's called Serendipity 3. But they're known for their frozen hot chocolate and their over-the-top sundaes. They actually have a $1,000 sundae. It's like gold leaf and this and that. Kind of crazy, but I haven't eaten all day. So I actually went there for dinner, which is unheard of, especially for a first-time visitor and especially for a vlogger. But that's what I did. I had, well, I'll tell you what I had. I had loaded potato skins. I had a chili cheese foot-long hot dog with raw onions and French fries. And I had this super fancy, schmancy, girly hurricane drink to top everything off. So it wasn't a cheap dinner, by the way. And I'll go over the details maybe a little bit later. But I actually started a video for tomorrow. It's a buffet video, but I think I'm going to put that on hold because I was going to finish it tonight here in the hotel room. But I think what I'm going to do is load up that Serendipity video for tomorrow so you guys get to see everything that went on this afternoon there. Anyway, I had to rush back. I had my eye on the watch, and I said, I got to get back to my hotel room at least 15 minutes before 7 because I got to dig my laptop out of the security safe and start everything and get my microphone hooked up and the camera and everything. So I just made it here, and I'm a little exhausted, but I'm going to catch my breath, and we'll get into things. Let me see who else is here. Jim Blake, how was it? Well, I'll tell you a little bit about it more in a couple minutes. And then again, I'm thinking of stopping editing my video for tomorrow, which was a buffet video. I won't tell you which buffet, but it was a buffet video. I'm halfway through it. I was going to finish it here in the hotel room, but I think we're going to do the Serendipity video for tomorrow. So make sure you check that out. It'll probably be up by noon. Hold on. And that won't take me long because it's kind of like one of those live videos that I'm doing now where I do commentating as I'm going along, pointing the camera at me, pointing it at the food. And those require a lot less editing. So I think that's what I'm going to do tonight so I can get that up. Let's see. Anthony Longworth, how you doing? Hey, Jeff, a fellow Jeffies. Fellow Jeffies. What does that mean, Anthony? Let me know. Robert, I'm good. I just finished eating dinner. That's good, Robert. Kenneth Bates, how you doing? Kitty Cat 777777 says, I'll be there next weekend, dying to try it. You're going to be where? In Atlantic City or at Serendipities in particular? Or where are you going to be, Kitty Cat 777? It sounds delicious. It was pretty good, but I don't want to give away too much because then no one's going to watch the video tomorrow. But it was pretty good. And especially for something that, of course, they're not known for. They're known for their desserts. But well, I want to see that foot long. Okay, Anthony. Kitty Cat 777, how busy is AC today? Actually, it's a lot more quieter than the last time I was here, but I believe I was here on a Sunday. So maybe that's why the boardwalk was more busy. Don't get me wrong, it's a lot busier than it was this winter, but not as busy as it was my past 1 or 2 visits here. So, but things are definitely gearing up. And let me say this also, on my way from here to the ocean, which is where Serendipities 3 is, I had to pass the showboat. So my game plan for today was to get on those go-karts, and I wanted to really do a video on those go-karts. So when I was home, I made sure I had my GoPro. I made sure I had the clip that attaches to my hat, which I could attach the GoPro to. But what I didn't realize was there's a adapter, which I have at home, but I left at home, that actually attaches the camera to the clip that goes on the hat. Without that little tiny adapter, I couldn't do it today. So I went over to the showboat. The go-karts are definitely open. I took some pictures. Maybe I'll put them up in the community room tomorrow. But I could not ride. Well, I could ride, but there was no point in me riding if I couldn't videotape it. And just one little cheap plastic attachment that I had that actually attached it to the clip to my hat, I left home. So I'm probably going to be here in a week, so a week from now. So I will definitely go to those go-karts and check them out then. But they are open, and they look really cool. And I'll post those pictures tomorrow on the community room. Jim Blake, thanks, Jeff. Looking forward to the video. Jim Shelton, I recommend you visit Boardwalk Hall at noon. You should cover the world's largest musical instrument right there in the Boardwalk Hall. Yes, that's an organ, actually, if I'm correct, Jim. The Boardwalk Hall has the largest air, what do you call it? Pipe organ, world's largest pipe organ. I haven't been in Boardwalk Hall in I don't know how many years. It was closed for a long time because of COVID. Then it was closed for renovations. I believe it's pretty much open to the public right now. So yeah, I plan on visiting, and I'll bring that video to you guys as I go along. Anthony, Jeffies is what I call our fan club. Ah, Jeffies. Okay, Anthony, good. Well, hello, Jeffies. I call them New Yorkers, but we can call them Jeffies too. That's fine. Shirley, is it raining in AC? New York, it's raining. Well, I just called my family just called me from the Jersey Shore, and they said it was pouring. So it's not pouring here in Atlantic City, but I'm looking at the bottom of my computer, and I have windows, and it says rain is a coming. So it's coming, and I'll show you if you want. If you guys let me know if you want to see a room tour. I've done I don't know how many room tours here at the Hard Rock. I don't know if you want to see another one, but the rooms are all different here. It's kind of crazy. When you get a corner room, you have a totally different vibe. It's like different windows and stuff. So if you want a room tour, I'll give you a quick one. If not, that's fine too. But I'm looking out the window. It's not raining yet, but it looks like it is coming. Jay Bart was pouring in Philly a bit ago. So, well, Philly's pretty close. So it's probably going to start coming in this direction. And my computer just went from rain's a coming to 73 degrees and sunny. So go figure. Johnny J. Tav, welcome. Best day for Hard Rock Buffet is on Monday and Tuesdays. Half price with Premier Wild Club for 55 plus members. I had no idea about that, Johnny J. Tav. Thank you for that heads up. I did do a recent Hard Rock Buffet. I did one, as you guys probably know, it was my second buffet on the New York channel. The first one being the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. That was more of a breakfast or a brunch buffet. I came here to the Harvest Buffet, I'm going to say about 5 months ago, did a video. And I was here about a month ago and did another video. I have yet to upload that video. I have videos coming out of everywhere right now. It's a very busy time for Atlantic City, very busy time for Las Vegas. My numbers on the channel are like skyrocketing, but I know that doesn't last that long. It happens every year this time, from like April, May, June, and then it kind of peaks in June, and then viewership kind of drops down after that, and it's cyclical. So I'm trying to do as much as I can right now to grab the attention of as many people as possible, because I know in a couple of weeks it's going to start getting slow again. Everyone wants to see, they're all planning their vacations and this and that, and they want to see videos of hotels and restaurants and attractions, and this is the time of the year to show that. So I'm very busy right now outside my day job, so trying to keep on top of stuff. But I did do this Harvest Buffet, I'm going to say about a month ago, and it's just sitting in the can, as they say. I'm going to upload it as soon as possible, but I just have a lot more hotel and restaurants, which is what I'm focusing on right now, is hotel and restaurants. Kitty Cat 77777. Where is a breakfast tomorrow, Jeff? I have no idea yet. Again, I have a busy day. I'm only here for the evening here at Hard Rock. Not sure if I'm going to catch breakfast. I just might catch a cup of coffee, hop in my car, and I actually have a doctor's appointment tomorrow, just a regular physical. And then I have to go to my day job. So I have a busy day tomorrow. I don't know if I'm going to hang around here for breakfast. If I do, it'll probably be in the hotel, so here at the Hard Rock. So I'm not sure, but if not, I'm going to grab a cup of coffee, maybe a Danish. Maybe I'll go out to the park. I love that park here at the actually, that's at the ocean right at the Boardwalk, but it's not too far from here. So maybe I'll catch a coffee and a Danish over there and head back up north where my day job is. AB from Rhode Island. I'm wearing my tank top my dad got me from your shop. Great, Abby. I think we posted a picture of you in the community room of you wearing that tank top. Thank you so much for buying that and showing it off to everybody. How's your summer going so far? It just got started, AB, but let us know how things are going for you. Jay Bart, welcome. I always used to forget small things I needed to shoot. If they were cheap, I bought doubles and let them live in my equipment bag. Oh, you're talking about camera stuff. Yeah, that's the problem. I have so many attachments. It was a GoPro, which I bought here just so I can clip it onto my my cap. So I bought the clip, and I have the camera, but there's a little plastic piece that attaches the camera to the clip, and that's what I left behind. And obviously, I can't drive and use a GoPro. I could. I've done that before, but I don't know about a go-kart. So I'll be back next week, and I'll do it then. So I was in the area. That's why I went to the Serendipity, which I really didn't plan on doing today, but I'm glad I did, and hopefully that video will be up tomorrow. I'm also in AC next Friday and Saturday. Hope I get to meet you. Where are you staying, Kitty Cat 777777? Let us know. Jay Bart, love the Boardwalk Hall and all the history. Again, I've never been there, so I want to check it out and see what that's all about. That's where the Miss America contest was. It used to be the convention center. It's gone through, I think, a dozen names in the past 20 years. So everyone seems to be calling it Boardwalk Hall right now, so that's what I'll call it. But maybe next week when I return here, I will check out Boardwalk Hall and see what it's all about. It is open to the public once again. I got a little umbrella from my fancy schmancy cocktail. It was really a girly drink, if you want to know the truth. It was a blue, I guess you can call it a blue hurricane. That's what they called it. But in other places, I think it's called a blue Hawaii. I had my umbrella. I had a little piece of pineapple on it. It had, oh my God, it had vodka, gin, blue curacao, pineapple juice. It was just loaded. And I'm not going to go over the price right now. I'm not going over any of the prices at Serendipity, which is very expensive, because you're going to have to tune into that video tomorrow to see what's going on over there. So totally unexpected today that I went over there, but I'm glad they had a table available. Jim Blake, my wife and I will be at the Hard Rock tomorrow for my birthday. Happy birthday, Jim. We're going to be like passing each other in the hallway because I have to be out of here. I don't have a late checkout. And even if I did, it wouldn't be necessary because I have to get out of here, go to my doctor, and then go to my day job, which is actually a night job tomorrow. So, but happy birthday. Have fun. Good luck. And I know you're going to have a good time. I hope the weather holds up for you. Johnny J. Tab was pouring in South Philly earlier. Yeah, that's what I heard. Last night in central Jersey, it was like a hurricane without the wind. So I guess that's not a hurricane, but it was just raining buckets. And you know, when it rains like in buckets, it's usually for like a minute or two. This was for about 2 hours, just nonstop coming down. It's crazy last night. Robert Camacho, do a little room tour. Okay, if I get a couple more requests for a room tour, I will do a little room tour. Kitty Cat 77777, Borgata. I have been to the Borgata in, actually, to tell you the truth, that's the video I was working on for tomorrow. I am halfway through another Borgata buffet video. I did one previously. It was a lunch video. And then I went about, I guess, a month ago for the dinner video, the dinner buffet. And I got halfway through that video last night. And I said, well, when I'm at the hotel tonight at the Hard Rock, I'll do the other half and post it for Friday, which is tomorrow. But I'd rather put that on hold, and I'll do that video probably sometime next week so I can post the Serendipity, which is a little bit more timely, being that it just opened yesterday. But have a great time at the Borgata, Kitty Cat 77777. I love the Borgata, she says, and I agree with her. And then we're just going to start getting rid of some of these posts. Give me a second here. I'm just getting rid of some of these hackers. Let's see what we got. I'm sorry, I'm just getting rid of some of this stuff. I'm sure you guys see it. I'm not too good at, I really need some chat room moderators. And I think I'm going to talk to a couple of you guys about doing that for me, if you want to. Anyway. I'm not going to get involved too much in that. If the hackers get out of hand, I'll just postpone this live stream until another day. DeWalt44, hey Jeff, sorry, just joining the stream now. I just wanted to say you were absolutely correct about the ocean shops. Restaurants were great, but I can't say the same about the room. Yeah, again, I do know that they're working on the rooms, so that's really the only thing we have to do. The casino, the lobby, the restaurants, all fantastic. Even the boardwalk and the beach out front is fantastic. It's just the rooms they have to work on, and they're doing that. So, you know, it takes time. So we'll give them some time. Johnny J. Tav, Kitty Cat 777, love their buffet. Yeah, well, that video is coming soon. MLB 0120, do you know if they'll be starting up a light show again on the outside of the Boardwalk Hall? Was there a light show? I'm not aware of a light show. I have to check into that. So, yeah, I'll check that out. If there is a light show, I will bring it to you guys. Anthony Longworth, thank you so much for the super chat, $4.99. Here's $5 towards your win piggy bank. Thank you so much, Anthony. Apparently you saw the video today. I've decided I am going to the Win no matter how expensive it is. I'm definitely, every time I go to Vegas, it's like for a week. So I am definitely not going to the Win for a week, but I will probably book a room for sometime midweek and get it at a cheaper price, but it's several $100s, and it's an expensive place, plus the resort fees and everything. I think one night at the Wynn is probably what I spend on my entire vacation, including airfare. So that's what that is, but it's something I really want to do. Kitty Cat 777. Borgata breakfast buffet is the best. I think I went for a lunch or a brunch. For some reason, they separate lunch, brunch, and dinner. Usually buffets have a breakfast, brunch, and dinner. But Borgata, I think, is breakfast, lunch, brunch, and dinner. So there's 3 different buffets, which is kind of wacky because they're always swapping out all these meals. And if you go at the wrong time, there's like nothing there, or there's some eggs here and some ham for dinner here. It's kind of like crazy. So you have to watch when you go to the Borgata buffet, but it is a very good buffet. Kitty Cat 777. Sorry for the typos. Laugh out loud typing without my glasses. Johnny J Tab. I blocked them on my end. Oh, thank you, Johnny J Tab. I appreciate that. Kitty Cat 77777. Totally agree about the ocean. Rita Kelly, welcome to the chat here. Have you ever tried the El Jefe margarita at Distro in the Ocean? No, I'm trying to think if I ever was in the Distro. I don't think I was. But I'm always up for a good margarita, so I will definitely check that out, Rita. Margarita, I get it. MLB 0120, it was an interactive light show with music they did on the front of the building on the boardwalk in the summer. They didn't have it last year. Well, perhaps they didn't have it during COVID, so hopefully they'll have it this summer. I definitely want to check that out, though. It sounds pretty cool. So I'll check that out. Thank you for that heads up. Kitty Cat 77777. Brunch only on Sundays. Oh, so maybe that's what I'm looking at. It really didn't make sense to have a breakfast, lunch, brunch, and dinner. So you're saying the brunches were only on Sunday. So that kind of makes sense. I'm assuming they don't have a lunch. They probably go from breakfast to brunch to dinner. Front Row Productions, good to see you. What's up, Jeff? Well, not much. How you doing, Front Row Productions? Where are you at, Jeff? I am at the Hard Rock. I am in the South Tower. I can tell by the windows. I've been here quite a bit in the past couple of weeks, and all I have to do is look at the window, and I know what tower I'm in. This is not a floor-to-ceiling window, so I know I'm in the South Tower, or the original Trump Taj Mahal. I'll give you guys a tour in a minute. Are there lifeguards on the AC beach? No, there aren't yet. I didn't see any yet. I was actually on the beach today. I started my serendipity video, which is hopefully going to be edited tonight if I can find the time, and it'll be up tomorrow on the channel. I started that video actually out on the beach here in Atlantic City. There are several people out on the beach, lots of those tents and umbrellas and chaise lounges. Didn't see any lifeguards, though. I think the water's just too cold right now. I know it's June, and even if it's, 90 degrees, which it was very hot here. I think it hit 100 the other day. The water is still very cold from the winter. So it starts warming up around July, August. And the best time to actually go in the ocean is late September, early October, when the outside air is a little chilly and the water itself is still warm. That's kind of the best time to go into the ocean. But I love the beach here. I love the beach everywhere. I'm just a beach kind of guy. DeWall 44. Hey, Jeff, I wanted to ask you, have you ever stayed at the Golden Nugget? Asking because I stopped there while in Atlantic City and it seemed like a nice place, just a little outdated. Okay, so here's the thing about Golden Nugget. It has one of the best beach bars. It's not a beach. It's actually a marina bar that I personally like. I'm not a huge party guy, but I love good live music. I like good food. I like a nice crowd. This is in a marina atmosphere, not by the ocean, but with the yachts around you and everything. You see the big bridge going over to Brigantine. They have live music, very good bands there. One of my favorite places to hang out here in Atlantic City in the summertime, and it's at the Golden Nugget. The Golden Nugget Hotel and Casino itself, it is very outdated. However, I did stay at a room, I'm going to say around the holiday time, maybe Christmas time, between Christmas and Thanksgiving. The rooms are fantastic. They all look brand spanking new. Nothing is worn. Brand new carpets, new bedding, new furniture. It's a great deal. So it's kind of like the opposite of the Ocean, which has a beautiful hotel and casino, but then when you go upstairs, the rooms aren't that great. The Golden Nugget's just the opposite. It's kind of like the hotel and casino is kind of outdated, but the rooms are fantastic. So if you want to try it, I certainly recommend it. You'll get a good price at the Golden Nugget. You have that deck bar in the summer. You have Harrah's and the Borgata within walking distance. If you like to walk, it's within walking distance. I did a video, I think it's called Sculptures Walk, that actually connects the Golden Nugget to Harrah's and then goes to the Borgata. It's a pretty long walk, but it's all along the grasslands, the wetlands, and the bay, and it's very nice if you want to walk that. So yes, I've stayed at the Golden Nugget, very impressed with their rooms. The hotel and casino themselves, a little bit outdated. Restaurants are okay, but that deck bar, of course, is a winner as far as I'm concerned. Front Row Productions, the beach ball drop at resorts last week was a disaster. You know, I really wanted to go to that Front Row Productions. I just couldn't because of my day job. So I'm glad it didn't work. I'm glad it didn't work out because I couldn't make it. So I don't feel like that sounds horrible, but I don't feel like I've missed much. But what went wrong? They sent me a promotion thing that, please come. It's going to be a beach ball drop and live bands and music and drinks and food. And I wonder what went wrong. Let us know if you were there. Let's see. Christopher Giramonte, welcome to the chat. Hey, Jeff, greetings from Nyack, New York. Dying to do that carousel bar in Atlantic City soon. Love the videos. Thanks, Christopher. I don't know if I've called it the carousel bar. I probably have, and I wasn't actually corrected, but someone mentioned they responded to me about the 360 bar, which is what it's really called. So I backtracked and said, have I been calling it the carousel bar? And maybe I have been, but it's actually called the 360 bar. If you're talking about the one at Bally's, I was there about a week ago, and that video is on the Bally's video here in the New York channel. And if for those of you, I talked about also Craig, I think it's Craig and Kyle from Due for a Win, the podcast. Craig is actually here tomorrow. He's going to be at the 360 bar. So unfortunately, I have to run out of town to take care of my day job. But someday I'll hook up with those guys and I'll buy them a drink. Front Row Productions, I'm dying to know what happened at that resort's beach ball drop. So let us know. Front Row Productions, I won money at Hard Rock last week on Buffalo Diamond. Good for you. I think I won money here at the Hard Rock not too long ago also. Jeff, I was there all last week. I stayed on comps at Oceans, Caesars, and Bally's. Wow, that's 3 different companies. Good for you. How was your week? I think the weather was pretty good last week, so you should have a good time. Teresa B., welcome to the chat. Have you tried Doc's Oyster House? No, I've been hearing so much about that, and I know it is off the boardwalk. I plan on visiting lots of places off the boardwalk. As a matter of fact, today, my intention was to check in here at the Hard Rock and head over to the Orange Loop. The Orange Loop is an area right up the boardwalk here by a little bit past resorts, more kind of like Central Shifts Pier. It's off of there. It's actually named the Orange Loop because it's named after the streets on Monopoly, the Orange properties, which I think is St. James, New York, and Tennessee. And there is a place on Tennessee Avenue that's called the Tennessee Beer Hall. And I wanted to go to lunch there today, but Serendipity's had a table for me, so I ran over there instead. Tennessee Beer Hall will be there next week when I come. But Serendipity's just opened yesterday, so I thought that was a little bit more important. But I want to check that Orange Loop out. I think you guys will be interested if you're not familiar with the Orange Loop. It's an area right off the boardwalk here in Atlantic City. Again, New York Avenue, St. James Place, and Tennessee Avenue, all orange properties on the Monopoly board, all 3 blocks in a row. And there's a lot of like, for lack of a better word, artsy-fartsy places opening up there as far as cafes, art galleries, clubs, dives, beer halls, all that kind of stuff. And I really want to head out there probably next week and do a video on that Orange Loop shortly. I've done that walk across the field from Harrah's to Borgata at night. Oh, I think there's lights out there at night. I would certainly do it at night if other people were doing it at night. If other people weren't doing it at night, I don't know if I'd do that. It's I don't think it's patrolled or anything like that. So yeah, it sounds like fun, but I just wanted, I wouldn't recommend it unless I knew that it was safe. JLF, welcome to the chat. Love to see Bally's back. Can't wait for the yard exterior to finish. Me too. And it shouldn't take too long. I was there about a week ago. If you guys saw that Bally's video when I was at the 360 bar. And the interior is open. The exterior is not open. But from what I understand, it's only a couple of weeks away. They're still working on that whole indoor-outdoor roof kind of thing. When it's beautiful out, they're going to open up that whole glass roof. It's kind of like a huge greenhouse right on the boardwalk. But a greenhouse kind of implies, you know, plastic sheets and stuff. No, this is glass. It's very classy. But the roof, the entire roof on nice days is open. So it's like you're surrounded by glass, but there's an open roof. And in nasty weather, the roof closes and you're still outside on the boardwalk with just this glass over you. It's going to be really nice. I can't wait for it to open up. I actually, I was sitting at the 360 bar last week. Well, I don't know if I should go into this or not. Maybe I won't. Well, maybe I'll just mention it. I was sitting at the 360 bar last week, and the bartender wanted to introduce me to the owner of the yard and the 360 bar, who was actually sitting right across the bar from me. And I'm not a pushy kind of guy. I just gave the bartender my card, my Yawk card, and he gave it to the owner, and the owner kind of looked at me, and I looked at him, and nothing really happened. And I'm not a pushy guy, so I didn't want to, you know, intrude on what he was doing at the end of the bar there. So we kind of left it at that. But apparently he's a really nice guy, the boss of the owner of the yard and the 360 bar. So I'm looking forward to checking out that yard pretty shortly. Did you try Boardwalk Grill yet? Where is Boardwalk Grill? Diana D, let us know. And welcome to the chat, Diana D. Did you ever make it over to Tony's Baltimore Bar and Restaurant? You see, I made these plans. About a week ago, I planned on going over to Tony's Bar and Grill, or I always say it wrong, Tony's Baltimore Bar. And I ended up, where did I end up? I ended up someplace completely different. Oh, I was on my way to Tony's Baltimore Bar and Grill, but then I found out that the old Rira, there's a place there called Barbecue Honey, or no, Wild Honey. It's a barbecue joint that opened up right by the old Rira joint, the old Rira Irish pub upstairs. And I loved Rira, and they have one actually in Las Vegas. I think it's at the Mandalay Bay shops. But I used to love the Rira here in Atlantic City, so I was dying to go there. So there goes my plans out the door for Tony's Baltimore Bar and Grill. I went there instead. I did make a video, and that video will be coming up soon. The place just opened up. There's so many places just opening up, so I try to make plans to, you know, before I come down here, I always love to have an agenda, because if you don't have an agenda, then, well, the day kind of gets away from you. So I always come here with an agenda, but the day still gets away from me, but in a good way, because I check out newer and more exciting things than what I had on the agenda. So all this is coming to you guys in the near future. Let's see. Oh, Jay Bart, it's excellent. And I think you're talking about Tony's Baltimore Bar. Yeah, I did my research, and I actually knew what I was going to order. And the same thing with the Tennessee Beer Hall, Tennessee Beer Hall that I was going to check out today. I knew what I was going to order. I always do my research first, and but plans just changed. Let's see. Do you ever make it onto the shoe store? Oh, okay. Anthony wants to know if I ever made it into the shoe store stilettos. That was kind of a joke. I don't know if any of you guys even got it, but I did a Boardwalk walk video about 2-3 weeks ago, and I passed this place by right before you get to, I think it's the Korea War Memorial, and there's this place called Stilettos right off the Boardwalk. Big, sign with shoes on it, and it says Stilettos. And I jokingly said that, if you're ever in the area, it's a fantastic shoe store, knowing full well that it's a strip joint. But no one seemed to have caught on, except for maybe Anthony, or maybe you guys did catch on and you just didn't comment. But thank you for catching on to that, Anthony. And I believe that may be part of the Orange Loop. I may be wrong. I'm not sure. I went to Hard Rock's buffet 3 days in a row. Oh, my goodness. And you survived Front Row Productions? 3 days in a row for a buffet. That's a lot. I might be able to go to a buffet once a month at most. I meant to say Baltimore Grill, not Boardwalk Grill. Have you tried it yet? If you're talking about Tony's, no, I haven't. Like I said, I wanted to do that a week or two ago, but I got sidetracked with the Wild Honey. Is that what it's called? Wild? I don't know. I've been to so many places in the past couple of weeks. I think it's called Wild Honey, where the old Rio was. But I do plan on, heading back to Tony's Baltimore Grill as soon as possible, as well as the Tennessee Avenue Beer Hall. Kitty Cat 7777. Sorry, I am talking so much, but I always watch your videos, and I'm so happy I can chat live. Thank you for all the great and informative videos. Well, first of all, no need to apologize. You can chat here as much as you want, Kitty Cat 77777. You're more than welcome to do so, and thank you for the compliment. Wise Malik, thank you so much for the super chat. Wise Malik, again, one of the original New Yorkers here on the New York channel. A special place in my heart for Wise Malik and Deborah Camacho, who's a huge contributor lately in the past year or so to the channel. Both those guys really mean a lot to me. So thank you so much, Wise Malik. I appreciate that super chat. Wendy Schleier, New York, this is a weird question, but is there any war for camping near the ocean? Is there anywhere for camping near the ocean? Not in this area, not in Atlantic City. There is camping on the ocean. I think you need a permit, though. So that's a good question. And I have a couple of Jersey Shore videos. There's playlists. If you guys don't know, there's playlists on my channel. And they're broken down by Las Vegas videos, Atlantic City videos, New Orleans, New York City. And there's actually a playlist for Jersey Shore videos. I covered about, I don't know, there might be a dozen videos on there, and I have a couple more coming up shortly. Some of those, and I don't know which ones, but I'm going to look into that. Some of those do have camping on the beach with a permit, or certain times of the year, or certain areas on the beach. I'm going to look into that, and I'll let you guys know. Just, again, stay in touch with that community room here on the New York channel. That's where I can update you guys on a lot of stuff. Speaking of which, most of you guys come here on these live chats, and I'm here when I'm supposed to be. I barely made it here today. I got hung up. I'm not going to say it was a service issue, but I just left Serendipities later than I wanted to because maybe I got there too late. I don't know. But I literally ran here, and I was like, maybe I should just post in the community room that I'm going to be 15 minutes late. So if you're interested and I'm doing a live from New York show and I'm not here, just check that community room and I'll leave a message there. Obviously, I can't, email you guys or text you that I'm going to be 10, 15 minutes late. But if I am running late, that's probably where I'm going to post it last minute. So just keep that in mind. Front Row Productions, camping in Atlantic City, laugh out loud, not advisable. Well, that's true too. I don't know if this boardwalk is kind of heavily patrolled the past couple of weeks that I've been there. But you're right. even outside of Atlantic City, I don't know if I'd be camping on the beach in New Jersey. I don't know. Something to think about. I used to camp a lot, and now I'm thinking about all the places that I used to camp at when I was in college or even after college. I'm not sure I would return to those places and do more camping. Camping is kind of like out of my wheelhouse at this point. I don't know. Could be dangerous. Wendy, New York, I read that already. Angela G, welcome to the chat. What is your video coming out for? When is your video coming out for Jerry Longo's at Bally's? Question mark, steak, turkey leg salad. Soon. Again, I have so many videos backed up. I am recording much faster than I can edit. And that's good. I have this backlog of stuff that I want to show you guys, but I can only edit so fast. And one video a day, Monday through Friday, which is what I'm currently doing, is a lot of time. So doing more videos than that is pretty much impossible at this point. So there are certain videos like the Jerry Longo's video that's kind of like sitting here and I'm like, well, I haven't done a Italian restaurant in a while, so let me edit that one next. Or I haven't done a Las Vegas attraction. I've only done hotels, so let me do that. But I will tell you right now, everything on the New York channel is focused on hotels and food, because right now in May and June and July, that's what everyone wants to see. Not so much, parks in New York, which I post as from the video vault and stuff like that. That kind of gives me a breather in the middle of the week to assess, what's coming next on the New York channel. But right now, everything is hotels and restaurants and attractions. Everyone wants to see that because they're all planning their summer vacations. Very busy time for them, very busy time for the channel. So I'm just trying to do as much as I can for the channel right now. I think as we head into July and August, then I can start doing kind of like the other things that I've been wanting to post that aren't so much in demand. Everything that I post doesn't necessarily have to be, I have a lot of videos that I want to make that aren't necessarily popular videos, but videos that I want to post as a part of the New York channel. So that being said, right now I'm trying to post all the popular ones because that's what everyone wants to see. The Beatles had, so many hits, but not every song was a hit, and that's the way I see it. I want to post some videos that maybe won't be a hit, but just videos that I want to do. So those I'm holding off on until middle of the summer and beyond. That being said, Tony Longo's is a restaurant that a lot of people want to see, so that should be coming up shortly. Let's see, I'm backing up here. Robert Camacho, when is the room tour? Okay, so I'm going to ask you guys a favor. I will give you a room tour right now. Actually, it's starting to get dark outside, so that's probably a good idea. I'm going to ask you a favor for the next 5 minutes. Don't chat, because if you chat, I can't read it because the chat's going up, and when I do a room tour, I can't follow chat. I'm too busy watching where I'm going and holding a laptop, which is basically what's doing this. So stop chatting. When I sit back down, you can start chatting again. If you can do that for me, I would appreciate it. Or if you want to chat, you can chat for others' sake, but I probably won't see it. So stop chatting right now. And I'm not going to unplug my microphone because I did that in Las Vegas and I screwed up the whole stream and it went offline. So I need to unplug that. And I got my microphone attached. And here we go. Room tour. Hard Rock Hotel and Casino, Atlantic City, South Tower, the old Trump Taj Mahal. I guess I'll start by the doorway here. Thank you for not chatting. I'm keeping an eye on that and you're not chatting. I appreciate that. I am in room 2112. So in the case of an emergency, I don't have that far to walk, but I do have 20 stories to walk down. Full-length mirrored closet doors, a little kitchen area with a coffee maker. I love the Hard Rock Cafe. I love the Hard Rock Hotel and Casino because they do provide a coffee maker. I know some of you say, don't use the coffee maker. You have no idea how much I love that coffee maker in the morning. So I don't care how gross it is. Sometimes you want to wake up, roll out of bed, and have a cup of coffee. You don't want to go downstairs. It does have this is really hard with this laptop. It does have a refrigerator. All right, trust me. It has a refrigerator. It's empty. And there's no mini bar, which is good if you want to bring, like water and stuff up here. You have a little desk area. You have a nice television. This is the area I'm working from right now. Another little desk area, or you could use it as a dining room table if you got some takeout from downstairs. You have a nice sofa. Doesn't open up. A nice little coffee table. You have the half window, which means you're in the south tower. They're not floor-to-ceiling windows. Let me see how far I can get over here. Oh, that's the ocean out there. That hotel are the two towers of resorts. The shorter hotel is the older one. I believe that's a landmark here, a historical landmark in New Jersey. That is called the Ocean Tower. And I believe the taller tower was built, don't hold me to it, I believe it was built in the 80s. That's called the Rendezvous Tower. And beyond that is Bally's, Caesars, and Tropicana. And lots of other stuff, including that orange loop that I keep telling you guys about. Anyway, nice view of the ocean and the beach and the boardwalk. And this is, I always ask for a king non-smoking room. And I usually get that. The only time I don't ask for a king-size bed is when I'm staying at a hotel room for I'm going to say a week or more. Or I shouldn't say that. It's 4 days or more. Because what I do is I get the 2 queen-size beds or the 2 full-size beds. And I'll stay in one bed for 2 or 3 days. And then I have a nice fresh bed without the maid coming. I'm sorry, did I say maid? Housekeeping coming in. I have a nice fresh bed available to me right next to the bed that I've been sleeping in for 2 or 3 days. So you have a nice fresh bed always waiting for you when you have 2 queens or 2 full-size beds. But when I'm here for 1 night or 2 nights, I always go for the king non-smoking. Here is the bathroom. 1 sink. The North Tower. I had a corner room North Tower last week. Maybe I'll post that. I know I made a video. I think you guys might be getting tired of room tours here at the Hard Rock, so I'm not posting all of them. But I had a nice, this actually has a tub and a shower. I had a nice corner room at the Hard Rock North Tower, and all those rooms seem to have 2 sinks, which means absolutely nothing to me. But if you're here with somebody, or especially a family, those 2 sinks mean a lot. All right, I'm heading back to, let me get all hooked up again here. And let's see where we are with this chat. Okay, so apparently there wasn't too much chatting going on. I appreciate that. So you can start chatting if you want to. Someone just texted me, sorry. Jay Bart, if you're into authentic soul food, check out Kel's. Well, actually, they have 2 locations here in Atlantic City, Jay Bart. And I understand one is more popular than the other. The one that I keep seeing is the one, I believe it's on Pacific or Atlantic Avenue. But they also have one that's more in town. I'm not sure. One is supposed to have a brunch that is very hard to get into. So I need to do some more homework on that. But I understand the brunch with the live music is fantastic at Kelsey's. Diana D, have you ever seen the Miss America Boardwalk parade of contestants before they moved the pageant out of Atlantic City? No, I've never seen it. That was actually before my vlogging time. Not before my time, but before my vlogging time. So, no, I've never seen the... I would love to have seen it, though. I would love to have videotaped it. Deborah, Robert, he's on our turf, laugh out loud. I guess you're talking about Hard Rock. Deborah, I know how much you like this place. I know, Deborah, that is our house, laugh out loud. Are you guys like in separate rooms, or do you just not live in the same house, or do you like Deborah's in the dining room and Robert's in the bedroom, or is Robert at work? And I can never understand you two as far as talking to each other in my chat rooms. But let me know what's going on there. Angela G, don't sleep outside anywhere in AC. That's probably good advice. Deborah Camacho, laughing my ass off. Diana D, I think he meant campsites. There are campsites down at the shore. I know there are. I just don't know where they are, and I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but I'm coming up with blanks. There are places at the Jersey Shore where you can camp out on the beach. Jay Bart, good camping up in the Poconos. I actually had a home in the Poconos, a second home. I'm going to say for 15 years up in the Lake Wallenpaupack area. I love the Poconos, and I used to go to the casinos. They weren't huge then. They're much huger now that I don't have a place up there. But the Poconos, beautiful part of this northeast area. Wendy Schuyler, hi there from Rochester, New York. Hey there, Wendy. Thank you for joining us. Did you ever ride the bull at Gillies? I did not. It seems like every time I went to Gillies, which isn't that often, I went 2 or 3 times. I videotaped twice, but I've been there a couple times more. But the bull wasn't working, or it was closed, or one or the other. I do have a story, though, where they would get the bull. The bull is actually operated by a person. It's not like computer programmed or something. So it's kind of like a joystick and buttons and this and that. And the big joke at Gillies used to be they'd get the drunkest women on that bull, and they would go real slow and then spin it real fast just to get them sick or to get them thrown off or something. This is what I heard. I'm not saying it's true. This is what I heard. There was a case where this woman was very drunk. She was on that bull, and the ride operator thought he'd have a good time and was slowing down, speeding up, slowing down, speeding up. And then he just sped it up to as high as he could go. And this woman had projectile vomit all over the crowd that was there. So maybe that's why it's closed every time I go there now. I don't know. And I don't know if that story is true or not. I heard it from someone at Gillies. Jeff, do you have social media like Instagram for followers? I do not. The only thing I do is YouTube in the community here, the community room at YouTube, which is kind of like an Instagram, I guess. But I don't have time to get involved in other social media. So this is it. You know, if you want to see me, you're going to find me on YouTube. That's pretty much it right now. Deborah, your Atlantic City videos are the most popular out of all your videos, even more popular than your Vegas videos. So that is true. You know, at the end of every month, I take a look at numbers and see what's popular, what's not popular. At the end of May, I took a look at my most popular videos here on the New York channel. So I said, let me look at the 10 most popular and see where they're coming from. All 10 were Atlantic City. I said, let me check the top 20. So it was, I'm going to say the top 15 were all Atlantic City. And then there was maybe 1 or 2 Las Vegas videos. And there's actually a couple of old New York videos, not vault videos that I've been doing recently. These are just old New York videos. One being the planetarium, and the other one being the Museum of Natural History, which is actually one of the most popular videos on the New York channel till this day. So yeah, Atlantic City is pretty much where everyone is tuning in right now. So, you know, I still do, try to do 2 Las Vegas videos because I love Las Vegas. I do 2 Atlantic City videos, and in the middle, I either do a New York Vault video if I'm pressed for, you know, time as far as editing, or I'll put up a new Orlando video. I have plans this fall to get involved in other areas of travel, and I don't know when or where I'm going to post these videos, but if I could, I'd do a video a day, 7 days a week, but I just can't right now. So we'll see what happens. But yes, to your point, Atlantic City videos are very popular. Let's see. Well, I have to really back up. Diana D. A few years ago, AC had considered building a wedding chapel along the boardwalk like they have in Vegas. Haven't heard about that. Kind of makes sense. Or some of these hotels could have a wedding chapel too. I don't know if you guys saw in the community room today that the estate of Elvis Presley is suing all these wedding chapels in Las Vegas for their Elvis impersonators. I don't think those Elvis impersonators are going anywhere. I just think they're going to have to start paying the Elvis estate for impersonating Elvis. Pac-Man, good to see you. Hello, friends. Shirley, lately I haven't been able to find your mascots on your videos. They seem to be smaller and flash faster. The only time which maybe that is the case right now, because it seems like every video I posted, they were found in 2 seconds. So I when that happens, I do make them a little bit harder to find. I don't want to make it impossible, but I want to make it harder if they're being found within 2 minutes of the video being posted. So then at that point, I say, let me make them a little bit harder to find. Not impossible, but harder. If I don't start, and actually, since I've been doing that, it's like every other or every third video you're finding them. So maybe at that point they'll go a little bit bigger and a little bit slower, just to keep you guys interested. That's all. Hey Jeff, how's the traffic over there? There is no traffic. Luke Choi, thank you for joining us. I drove here from Central Jersey today. It took me about an hour and there was no traffic whatsoever. Angela G, are you having thunderstorms there? We had crazy thunderstorms here in New Jersey last night. Not so much tonight. The weather is getting kind of iffy out there right now, though. It's probably going to start raining shortly. But thunderstorms, yes, definitely last night. Robert Camacho, nice room. Thanks for the room tour. You're welcome, Robert. Different devices. I don't know what that means. Let me know, Robert. Jay Bart, yes, Kelsey's Pacific Ave has the brunch. Oh, so that's the one closest to the boardwalk. Okay, so that's the one that I see every time I'm driving in. And I know one of them had the brunch. There's 2 of them here, and I know one of them had the brunch, and that's a really hard one to get into on a Sunday, late morning, early afternoon. But I'd like to check that out. It looks like a lot of fun, especially with the live music. Miss DeVere, welcome. Hi, Jeff. My husband, 3-year-old, and myself love your channel. Thank you. We watch all your videos. In your opinion, what is the best restaurant in AC? Can you give a shout out to my husband, Chris, please? Welcome, Chris. Shout out to Chris DeVere, if that's your last name. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love when families get involved, and especially kids. I try to keep it a very family-safe, kid-friendly channel when I can, and I think I do a pretty good job of that. As far as best restaurant, I hate answering what is your best hotel, what is your best restaurant, what is your best this, what is your best that, because it depends on what mood I'm in. There are 1 or 2 restaurants that I've been dying to try that I have a feeling would be my best restaurant that I've never tried. One being Capriccio at Resorts, which is right outside my window here. I'm dying to try that place out. I am actually on vacation from my real job, my day job, in about a week or 2. And I plan on visiting Capriccio's finally, because I don't get out that often. in Atlantic City on the weekends. So I plan on doing a lot of stuff that I normally can't do during the week when I do these videos. When I'm on vacation, I plan on doing that. So it's hard for me to say which is my best restaurant. Again, it depends on if I'm in the mood for Italian, if you're talking about buffets, if you're talking about a casual restaurant, it really depends. So if you want, anytime you guys have questions as far as wanting my opinion on stuff, and again, I'm having a hard time right at the moment thinking, just feel free to email me. It's newyork@yahoo.com. Same as the channel name, NUYAWK @yahoo.com. Feel free to ask me questions there. It'll give me a couple minutes to think about it, and it also gives me a chance to clarify, like favorite restaurant. Well, if you're talking about Italian, I like this restaurant. If you're talking about buffet, I like that restaurant. If you're talking about casual or a dive bar, I like this place. So newyork@yahoo.com. Feel free to email me. Jay Bart, my closest friends have owned up there for years in Long Pond. Very close to Pocono Raceway. I love it up there. Mount Airy Casino there is meh. I've been to Mount Airy Casino, I'm going to say about 5 years ago, maybe a little bit longer. Agreed, meh. But the Poconos, I love the Poconos in general. Wendy, my question is, Atlantic City has my favorite fish, flounder. Why do they not? My question is, Atlantic City has my favorite fish, flounder. Why do they not do something with that to... I'm sorry, Wendy. I just don't understand that question. Just retype it, and I'll address it. Let's see. Andy, welcome to the chat. Hey, I'm late, but happy to catch you. We're happy to have you here, Andy. Jay Bart, as far as camping, there's decent campground in Tuckerton, about 30 minutes from AC. Yeah, but I think they were talking about beach camping. So there's a lot of camping in along the Jersey Shore, but as far as actual beach camping, very limited. So you have to do your homework on that. Kitty Cat 77777. Whenever I miss my happy place, I watch your AC videos over and over. Well, thank you. I like when people watch my videos over and over. Deborah Camacho. Did you already do a slot pull, or are you planning to do one today? I probably will not do one today. And again, I have slot pulls, probably a dozen, sitting in my computer that I need to show you guys. So I pretty much, if you watch my slot pulls in the past, you know how the ones in my computer are going to turn out. So we'll just leave it at that. Zero, welcome to the chat room. Are you planning on visiting the new Wild Honey Smokehouse at the Tropicana? That's what it's called, Wild Honey Smokehouse. I was just there about 2 weeks ago, Zero. We were talking about it a little while ago, probably before you joined the chat. I was there about 2 weeks ago. Kind of sidetracked my plans on going to Tony's Baltimore Grill because I really wanted to check it out because I used to love Rira that was in that space previously. And I did try it, and that video will be coming out shortly. If you want to stay tuned to the New York channel, you'll see it in about a week or two. Wendy, Atlantic City is the first place I had a corn dog. First place I had a corn dog in 6'9". I don't know what that means, but I like corn dogs. Corn dogs are kind of like circus food, but it's good. Not every day, but it's good once in a while. Kitty Cat 777, have you ever been on the Ferris wheel on the Steel Pier? Many a times. The Steel Pier is actually one of my favorite places here in Atlantic City. I've been on that observation wheel. Just do a search on my channel. Just put Steel Pier. And I've been on it. I videotaped on it 2 or 3 times. I really like that Ferris wheel. Actually, it's right outside my door here at the Hard Rock. Maybe I'll do it tonight because it's pretty much running until late in the evening at this point. So maybe I'll do a night video on the observation wheel. Depends on what time I close up this chat. Let's see. I have never spotted the tiara. Laugh out loud. You know what? Once you find one of the mascots like Mitzi or Clarice or Cabby, once you spot the mascot once, it becomes a lot easier to find because then you know exactly what you're looking for. And my hint to you guys is if you're having a hard time finding mascots is look for a video where the mascot was found and then go to that timestamp where the winner, or if you want to call it a winner, where the person who spotted it found it, and then you know exactly what to look for. Because if you go to that timestamp where the winner's been acknowledged, you'll see that that's what the mascot looks like in my videos. So that's my suggestion to you guys who are having a hard time finding mascots. Shirley, there used to be a wedding chapel on the Ocean Shops opposite Caesars, but it's closed now. Okay. Johnny J. Tab, I heard today that there will be no more Elvis weddings in Vegas. Maybe you heard that on my channel. I did something today on the community room about Elvis. I don't think Elvis weddings are going away in Vegas. I just think the Elvis estate wants some of that money. So it's just something they're going to have to work out. But I don't think Elvis weddings are going anywhere. Weekend traffic is awful. Haven't come down here on the weekend. I came down, actually, I think 2 weeks ago I came down here on a Sunday, but on a Sunday you're actually like reverse traffic. I'm coming down as people are going back up north. So, I love music. I don't remember if I asked you this, but did you ever stay at the Hard Rock in Florida? No, I haven't. I haven't stayed at the only Hard Rock I've ever stayed at is right here in Atlantic City. Hard Rock in Las Vegas was around for about a year when I started vlogging, but I never made it over there. And then eventually it became Virgin. So they are obviously opening up a new place on the Strip. So I'm sure I will check that out. Doc's Oyster House. Yes, Pac-Man. I know that's another place that I have to check out. Let me see if I can get rid of some of these spam things. There you go. Is someone doing that or am I doing that? I don't know. I'm kind of new to this, but all of a sudden all those messages were deleted and I appreciate that. And if I did it, well, good job, Jeff. And if someone else did it, let me know. I want to give you some credit. Luke Choi, are there any all-you-can crab legs left in Atlantic City? I've been dying to find out. I haven't seen them. I went to Borgata and Hard Rock, and both recently I haven't seen any crab legs here. Even in Vegas, I didn't go. I went to the Wynn Buffet, which currently, as far as you guys have seen my videos, the Wynn Vegas is one of my favorite buffets that I've been to. They didn't have crab legs, but I was there for brunch. So maybe I shouldn't say they don't have crab legs there. The place that's known for crab legs, and I did go to the buffet at Bellagio also. That has yet to be uploaded. I did not get to the Bacchanal, and I believe the Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace in Las Vegas is the only place with those huge things of crab legs. I think that's the only place left. And I love crab. So I'm not a lobster person. I mean, I could take it or leave it, but I do like crab. So next time I'm in Vegas, I will check out the Bacchanal at Caesar's Palace. But as far as buffets, I think that's the only place that serves all those all-you-can-eat huge crab legs. There is a spammer in the chat, yes, but someone got rid of him. I'm not sure if it was me or someone else, but thank you, Diana. Anthony, Jeff, or anyone in the chat play golf in or around Atlantic City? I never played golf. I play miniature golf when I'm in the mood. I'm a horrible golfer. I have no patience for golf. I think it's boring. Just my opinion. Maybe as I get older and older and older, I'll grow an appreciation for golf. But I do not have time to. I just don't have time to go to a golf course for half a day and hit a ball around with a club. As exciting, and I get it, as other people enjoy that, it's just not for me. Johnny J. Tab, I can't stand rivers and live casinos in South Philly. I've never been to any casinos in Philly, and Philly is another thing on my bucket list. I used to go to Philly so much. Haven't been there in a couple of years, and it's not that far from where I live. So maybe I'll do a couple videos from there this summer. We'll see. Again, there's just so much to do. So little time. Deborah, I only golf. The only golf I ever played in AC was a mini golf on the boardwalk. So, Deborah, you had mentioned that once before, and I think you had mentioned it was by the Tropicana, which I don't remember it being there. I could be wrong. I'm thinking about some of your comments from the past. They did open up a miniature golf right on the other side of Ocean here, the Ocean Casino Resort, and I did go there, and then I did that video. But it seemed like I lost all that miniature golf footage in the editing process, either bad files or something or other. So it wasn't included in that video. But then as I was backing up videos, because I back up all my videos onto a hard drive, I found that footage. So I don't know if I should just do another video on that new miniature golf that opened up, or if I should just include it on another boardwalk thing. But it looked like a really nice course, so I will either include it or head back over there and just refilm it. We'll see. But as far as other miniature golf areas, all up and down the Jersey coast, I don't know of too many here in Atlantic City except that new one. J. Bart, Anthony, there is a very nice golf course in Brigantine, the Links. Oh, that's good to know. Which Brigantine, for those of you not familiar, is the bridge right over from Atlantic City here. And there's a video on the New York channel with Brigantine featured. Anthony, thanks, J. Bart. I love when you guys talk to each other and help each other out with comments and suggestions and stuff. Kitty Cat 77, never found one either. I don't know if I asked a question or what. I'm not sure what that means, but maybe you're answering someone else. Anthony Longworth, in earlier videos, I would literally look for a rubber duck sitting on a slot machine, banister, or anywhere. Whenever I do find one, Wise Malik already spotted them. Yes, so apparently, Anthony, you've been around a while also. At the beginning of this channel, actually, the very beginning of this channel, there were no hidden mascots. That was just an idea that I got somewhere along the way. I think I was in Vegas, and as many of you guys know, I met Mitzi, the rubber ducky showgirl, at a Walgreens, and I said, well, maybe I can use this rubber ducky in some of my videos and turn it into like not only check out this video, but a game as well as a video. So that's when that started, and that's got to be like 2.5, 3 years ago. Mitzi was the first mascot. So I used to take this rubber ducky, Mitzi, the rubber ducky showgirl, and I used to do my recording, but I used to actually physically have her in my pocket, and I used to put her on a slot machine, or put her on a lounge bar, or put her in a hotel lobby table around the flowers, so somewhere hidden, but a real physical mascot hidden. And then I started doing it like in stores and shops, and I started getting a little bit creeped out in that I would take things from like a store shelf where I had her and put it in my pocket and then continue filming, and I'm like, people must think I'm shoplifting. So and security cameras, I'm sure in casinos, especially casinos, are looking down at me, seeing me placing things on their property and then filming it and then taking it off, which could be, kind of eyebrow raising for them. So at that point I said, you know what? I like the whole concept, but I don't like the idea of me physically placing things on things, putting them in my pocket while I'm recording. So that's when they all went digital, and they've been digital since. And it seems to have not really bothered people that much that they went digital. I know some people are purists and want the physical thing, but I don't do that anymore. And not only that, but it seemed to, like, when I was recording and I'd be focusing on, a restaurant or this and that, all I'd be thinking about is, when can I put this mascot out? When can I put it out and then put it back in my pocket without anyone seeing? And my mindset was on this mascot instead of what I was actually doing. So now it's just an afterthought, and they're hidden digitally in all my videos. Did you like the Taj years back? I don't remember the Taj. I was here many times when it was the Taj. I just don't remember. It was like my college days. And I remember when it first opened and it was on all the news things in New York. And Michael Jackson was here, and he helped with the grand opening, and Donald Trump and the fireworks and all the whole extravaganza. But as far as visiting and staying and gambling in the Taj, not too many memories, so I don't remember, no. And I'm here right now in the old Taj Mahal Tower, and it doesn't bring back any memories at all. I think Hard Rock's done a fantastic job here, so just wanted to say that. I love music. Circus Circus is going to have a huge renovation. Well, they need it, and that's good to hear. I'm glad to hear that. I think Circus Circus is owned by the same person. What's his name? That owns the TI. Revkin? I can't think of his name, but I think it's the same owner. Circus Circus could certainly use a facelift. And I don't poo-poo the Circus Circus. It's an important piece of property on the Las Vegas Strip, especially with all this stuff going on in the northern end of Las Vegas Strip. I think Circus Circus is going to have a huge comeback. They have one of the best steakhouses. If you ask any steak enthusiasts, which I have not eaten there yet, and I do like a good steak, but apparently they have one of the best steakhouses in town. They're in a good location. They need to rebrand. They need to renovate. That place can be a gold mine if it's taken care of the way it should be. You know, last time I watched one of my live videos, I realized how many times I look at this chat and go, and I'm doing it again. And I said, don't do that next time you're live chatting, and I'm still doing it, so I don't, whatever. Will you be back in AC at the end of June? Our anniversary is the 27th, and we should be there that weekend to celebrate our 3-year-old will mini golf with you. Laugh out loud. Keep in touch with me. I have no idea. Again, New Yawk, NUYAWK at yahoo.com. Feel free to send me any personal messages as far as, if you want to hook up here. Again, I have a day job, which pays the mortgage, which is more important to me. This is just a lot of fun for me. So if you want to get in touch with me and I can schedule being down here and I can get some work done, I consider, recording work. If I can get some work done down here and hook up with some of you guys at the same time, I'm all for it. So just New York at yahoo.com. Feel free to email me. That's okay, Jeff. The hubby and I will play mini golf with you. Oh, no, I'd love to play with your son or your daughter. There is a golf course, Route 9 near Oceanville. There's a lot of golf courses on Route 9. If you just drive up and down Route 9, you're sure to hit a golf course every 5-10 miles. Is Mitzi your aunt? No, Mitzi's not related to me at all. I met Mitzi in a Walgreens. I was buying wine. She was in the souvenir aisle. Many of you know this story. Our eyes met, and we've been together ever since. Deborah Camacho, how come Cabby is the only one that isn't a quick flash? That is why I like Cabby the best. Okay, so here's the thing about Cabby, Deborah. Number one, if you watch these vault videos, you never hear me say, and you can go back and, check this out. You never hear me say or talk about finding a hidden mascot in these vault videos. I never mention them. I never say, this is Cabby, check out Cabby, like I do in all my other videos. That's not done in the vault videos because there is editing done in these vault videos from New York, and I never know if I'm cutting Cabby out, the original Cabby. So there might be a 20-minute video on Union Square Park, which was a recent one. And I do some editing, I add some music, add some commentary, as I do with all the Vault videos, just to freshen them up a bit. I don't know if I'm cutting Cabby out of that video or not. And quite frankly, these were done like 2 years ago, so I don't remember where Cabby was. As a matter of fact, when you guys find Cabby, I'm like, oh yeah, that's where it was. Whereas on my current videos, I have my little book with all the notes of where my mascots are and the breaks and who found what, and I got lots and lots of notes here. So the thing with the New York Vault videos is I try to not cut Cabby out, but I never mentioned that there's a hidden mascot in any of those Vault videos. You guys seem to have picked up on Cabby and found him in most of them. And I appreciate that. I mean, that means you guys are into, the whole mascot thing. But in all those Vault videos, I never said, this is Cabby, the New York City Cab. If you find him, I'll give you a shout out and this and that. You just find him anyway. So, but there may be a video somewhere down the road where I cut him out during the editing process. And I had no idea that I cut him out, which is why I never mentioned, look for this mascot. But yes, Cabby was pre-digital days, so he was hidden physically in the videos that I did back then. And Robert Camacho, Cabby, exclamation point, exclamation point. A lot of people love Cabby. I have so many other mascots. Frankie the Flip-Flop, do you guys remember Frankie the Flip-Flop? Those are my New Jersey videos. And then there's the Fantastic Five from Orlando, and Cray Cray the Crawfish from New Orleans. J Bart, AC Brigantine area has been in my life since I was a kid. Love helping others with info and recommendations. It's great seeing AC making strides in development beyond just casinos. I agree with that 100%. Everyone thought the casinos were going to bring Atlantic City back, and apparently it's not just casinos that's going to do that. It's going to be the small people that are going to bring this town back at this point. And I think that's starting to happen, so it's good to see. And you hear a lot about, how dangerous it is. It's not that dangerous. It's Atlantic City per capita is one of the safest places in the Northeast you can actually be. It's a very populated, dense area, and considering all the people that are in this area, crime is pretty low. So it's good to see that people are getting out and about off the boardwalk here in Atlantic City, because the city really deserves that, and Brigantine as well. But Brigantine doesn't seem to have the issues and reputation that Atlantic City has. Kitty Cat 77777, J Bart, yes. Taj was already gaudy, not a great clientele. I really don't remember. I'm sorry. Real Uncle D. Hey, Jeff, love the Vault videos, the memories of Manhattan they bring back. Thanks, Dan. I appreciate that. I love music. Circus should definitely keep the Adventure Dome and Midway. The Adventure Dome should definitely be expanded to rebuild a larger dome. I love the Adventure Dome and Midway. I think they're two great concepts. I don't know how many families are visiting Las Vegas. I think if they are visiting Las Vegas, the Excalibur and Circus are certainly good places for families to stay. The Excalibur happens to be in a better neighborhood right now, but I think if Circus wants to rebrand as far as still maintaining their family-friendly image, they need to work on the areas outside of the hotel and casino, not necessarily inside the hotel and casino. Sure, it's Phil Rufkin. Yes, that's the name that I was trying to think of. Thank you so much. Shirley, is there a miniature golf where Trump Plaza used to be? There is nothing there. It is still an empty lot. I have no idea what's going on with that lot, Shirley. Sorry. I know they can't build another hotel and casino, so I don't know if it's going to be a park, if it's going to be shopping. I don't know what's going there. I think the town has a heavy hand in saying what's going to go in that property. But it's been over a year now, so they need to do something with it. It's prime real estate here on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. Have you been on the Showboat go-karts yet? This is Christopher Bird. Welcome, Christopher. I said earlier let me just take a quick sip. I said earlier in the stream that I planned on going on the golf carts today. They opened up last week. So I unpacked my case when I got here. I'm staying here for the night. And I had my little clip for the visor. I had my camera, my GoPro. But what I had failed to pack was the little clip that attaches the GoPro to the clip on the visor. And without that little tiny piece of plastic, I couldn't go on I could go on the golf carts, but I couldn't record it. And there's no point in doing that. By the way, I was looking at the prices on this golf cart. It said one race, $25, which I didn't question the guys. I plan on doing this anyway, probably in a week and a half. I'll remember to bring that little piece. But I'm not sure what they meant by race. If they were talking about a lap or 2 laps, that's kind of pricey, especially for the Showboat for a go-kart ride. But again, don't quote me on that. I was just reading the signs. And as a matter of fact, I took pictures of a lot of stuff. I'll put that in the community room tomorrow, the pictures that I took at the go-kart course today. But no, I didn't go on only because I didn't have that little piece that would hold my camera. And I felt there was no need to go on the go-karts if I couldn't record it. So I will do that next week or the following week. Let's see. I'm going to do it again. Have you ever visited Foxwoods? Oh, here we go with the Foxwoods and Mohegan Sun. Thank you, Dasha Jean. Welcome to the chat room. Again, I really want to go to Foxwood and Mohegan Sun in Connecticut. I planned on doing it either spring, which is pretty much behind me at this point, or summer this year. But I'm trying to think, is it worth it for me to travel 5, 6, 7 hours from Central Jersey to get there to make 2 or 3 videos? I just don't know. I haven't made up my mind on that yet. It's something that I would like to do. I just don't know if I could find the time and if it would be worth it as far as the channel is concerned for me to make that kind of a trip and that kind of a commitment for a day or 2 up there for 2 or 3 videos. I'm going to play it by ear, but if I get enough people saying they're going to watch those videos, then I will do it. Something personally I'd like to do, but if I'm going to spend a weekend in Connecticut and spend quite frankly several $100s doing that, or I can come down to Atlantic City and get a lot more views just within an hour or 2 from my home. You can pretty much guess which one I'm going to pick. So we'll see. It's still in the back of my mind. It's something I really want to do. I just don't know if it's worth it right now. Maybe it's better off in the wintertime. Who knows? We'll see. Robert Camacho, Cabby again. Where did you buy Cabby? At one of those Times Square? Deborah, I bought Cabby at one of those Times Square souvenir shops. I did. And it's funny because I went into the shop and I believe it was Times Square or 42nd Street, same thing. Actually, Times Square is part of 42nd Street, but 42nd Street kind of runs out. But I went in looking for a New York cab. I was either going to get an Empire State Building, a Statue of Liberty. These could all be perfectly good mascots for New York City. Or I was actually saying a cab would be nice too. The Statue of Liberty and the Empire State Building. And let me tell you something about Statue of Liberties and Empire State Buildings in general. They don't go through TSA. They are considered pretty much weapons. The Statue of Liberty, the Empire State Building has that long sphere. These things are solid metal. And if you try to get on an airplane with them in carry-on, you're not going to get on. And the same thing with the Statue of Liberty. It's got that torch. And TSA, might give you an issue with that. Not that became an issue because I wasn't going on airplanes with Cabby. I knew Cabby was right in my backyard, New York City. And it's made out of glass. The other ones are made out of metal. So I went into the souvenir shop and I saw all these cabs, all different sizes, big ones, little tiny ones, keychain ones. And I saw all these medium-sized cabs, just like Cabby is. And I looked at each one because they all had their little imperfections. They weren't painted quite correctly, or there were bubbles in the glass, or one thing or another. And then I found this perfect one, and that's the one that I bought. And that's a Cabby that you guys see today. Is bought from either 42nd Street or Times Square at the intersection of 42nd Street, somewhere in that area, Midtown. That's where Cabby was bought. Marlon, good to see you. Nice to see you here in the chat. Why is Malik cray cray? Yes, cray cray. Probably I'm going to say the most forgotten of the mascots, and one of my favorites, because I haven't been to New Orleans in 2 years. I'd like to go back to New Orleans, and I usually go back in the fall, but this fall I'm making completely different plans, which I'll let you guys in on sometime in the near future. New Orleans has become extremely expensive to travel to. I don't know why, but a couple days in New Orleans is like 2 weeks in Las Vegas. It's just crazy. Excuse me. But yes, that's one of my favorite cities in the country. As a matter of fact, I love the music, I love the food, I love the river atmosphere, I love the craziness of Bourbon Street, I love the cultural streets like Frenchman Street and things like that, and Canal Street, and it also has a Harrah's right off of Bourbon, which is being rebranded into a Caesars. Same company, they're just rebranding it. I really want to get back to New Orleans eventually and dig out cray cray from my pile of mascots in a shoebox in my home, and do some more stuff from New Orleans. But yeah, cray cray brings back a lot of memories for me too. Vegas Visual, good to see you here. Have you a favorite time of the year to go to AC? Well, hold on. I just got booted off. I'm sorry, Vegas. Hold on 1 second. I'm looking for you again. There we are. There is more spam coming on here, so I'm just trying to get it off. I'll be with you guys in 1 second. Just trying to keep this as hard as it is, family friendly. And there are people who are trying to sabotage it. All right. I think it's been deleted. I'm sorry about that, guys. Vegas Visual, where are you? Do you have a favorite time of the year to go to AC? I don't. I love the winter because there's nobody here. If you guys watched my Super Bowl Sunday video, I was out here in pretty much a blizzard on the boardwalk by myself. As a matter of fact, a lot of you guys were worried about my safety. I really love that time of the year here in Atlantic City. The town is yours. I mean, it's just, you're in a hotel and casino and it's busy. Not as busy, obviously, as it is during the season, but there's a lot of people in there and there's no safety issues or anything like that. And then you go out onto the boardwalk and it's like a ghost town, but it's a beautiful ghost town, especially at night. You got the beach, you got, hotels and casinos over here. You got a beautiful Atlantic Ocean here, and you're walking a boardwalk in the middle of winter with snow coming down, and there's no one in sight. But you have the safety. You can run into a hotel and casino if you want to. They're only, seconds away for the most part. There are areas on the boardwalk where you walk a little quicker because you've got quite a distance between the hotels and casinos. But I love that time of the year. I love winter. But then again, I love, the season that's coming up where there's crowds and everything is open and kids are running around and the rides are going and the casinos are busy and all the restaurants are open. And if you're a tourist, I don't know why you would come here in the winter. I guess there's really not much to see. As a local, I consider myself a local. I'm not that far away. I just enjoy it just like anywhere on the Jersey Shore, you enjoy the season and you enjoy the off season. So they both have their good points and bad points. So I don't have a favorite. I'm sorry. Deborah, Clarice is your hardest mascot to find. I think that's because she doesn't have much color to her. She's just like a clear tiara, so she kind of like hides in the background. I recently had someone comment about Clarice saying she doesn't look anything like the Miss America crown. And I was like, well, I wasn't actually, I didn't actually have a picture of the Miss America crown, but and then I had a comment saying that this guy is stupid. He doesn't even realize that the Miss America contest isn't in Atlantic City anymore. And of course I know it's not here. It's just, artistic freedom. I can do whatever I want with my channel. And I thought the crown would be a good mascot. I can't think of another mascot. If you guys can think of another mascot, I'm not going to get rid of Clarice. But if you can think of a better mascot, I'd love to hear some suggestions. But Clarice is going to be my Atlantic City mascot from this point forward. So, oh, it looks like I did get rid of all these messages. Messages deleted by New York. Good. Johnny J. Tab, Brigantine is nice. Love Dunkin', Wawa, Dollar Tree, Acme, Yanni's Cafe, Pirates Den, Laguna Grill, St. George Pub, plus more. Yeah, I did a video last summer on Brigantine, and it's a really beautiful town right outside of Harrah's and Golden Nugget, right over the inlet there. And actually, a lot of these places that you're mentioning, I did visit. There was also, I know you guys know this more than I, because some of you grew up in that area, like Jay Bart. Excuse me. There is is it a yacht club or a fisherman's club or something on the opposite side of the ocean? If you go, here's the beach, you go across Brigantine, and then there's like this yacht club or this fisherman's club. Beautiful area with boats and condos and townhouses and stuff. Very nice. Check that video out if you guys can. It's a nice area. I want to visit it again sometime this summer. And also, I want to go on that boat ride from Gardner's Basin here in Atlantic City. I went on one last summer. Kind of got like fogged out on the ocean. You can check that video out also. Got fogged out when we hit the ocean, couldn't even see the hotels and casinos. So we came back in the bay, and then out of nowhere, the sun came out, and we checked out a lot of areas inlet, with Brigantine being on our starboard side and Atlantic City on the port side. And I want to do that cruise again, obviously without the fog, but I might do it later in the day and make it a happy hour cruise. They have great music on that thing, and it's about an hour and a half long. Had a great time, and I'm looking forward to doing it again this summer. When are you coming to Resorts World in Queens? Again, that's another one where I don't know if that would take me a day to travel there. I just don't know if it's worth it for the channel for me to go up into Queens to make one video of a place that they don't have. I don't think they have casino tables, do they? It's just slot machines and restaurants and stuff. So I don't know. Again, when I start running out of places to that you guys, aren't interested in seeing, then I'm going to start checking out all these little nook and cranny places, if you will, and start possibly recording at that point. But there's just so much locally here and in Vegas and other places that I need to get to. I love music. Go to the American Dream Mall in East Rutherford, New Jersey. I grew up in Rutherford, New Jersey, right across from the Hudson River, right in the shadow of Giant Stadium. And I am familiar with the American Dream Mall. Haven't been there since it opened. And yes, that's actually on my bucket list of things to do. I want to go to the Dream Mall in Rutherford. From what I understand, they have like a Lego, I'm not going to say Lego store, it's a Lego museum there. And then also, while I'm on the road and that far north in Jersey, I want to head up to the border of New York State, not New York City, but New York State. there's a Legoland there, which is actually a themed park, and do a video or two up there. Just something that I'd like to do. And if you guys are interested, you can watch it. If not, it's something that I want to do. So. Jay Bart, Johnny J, I spent all my summers as a youth in Brigantine. Amazing spots you've mentioned and the Brigantine Castle. Deborah, I reported those stupid spammers. They're annoying me. Thank you, Deborah. I appreciate that. Jay Bart, I blocked them, Deborah. Thank you, Jay Bart. You guys are so great. Deborah Camacho, me too, Jay Bart, and I reported them too. They're so annoying. Boy, they're upset they met the wrath of Deborah. I knew it. I told Robert, I bet that's where you got Cabby, and we are partial to Cabby. Yeah, Cabby is a favorite of a lot of people. Christopher Bird, sorry about the showboat question, just logged in. Oh, no need to apologize. Hope this is a better question. The first one was perfect. Don't worry about it, Christopher. Any word on Ocean opening a beach bar? That's a good question because I'm trying to think. I know Showboat wants to open a beach bar, and I'm not sure if it was Hard Rock or Ocean, and that's something I should really know. So I apologize, Christopher. I don't know the answer to that. I think Ocean wanted to open one, and I don't know what the plans are for that. It's something I have to look into. So. And you know what? I've noticed, or I know I've mentioned beach bars here in Atlantic City a lot in the past, and I've never actually done a beach bar exclusive video, but I plan on doing that shortly. They either didn't have the hours that I was keeping, or COVID, or one thing or another, but they're all pretty much open now. So yeah, there is a Atlantic City beach bar video coming shortly as soon as I finish up on the last couple of beach bars that I haven't been to so far. Plans on going to the Palms in Las Vegas? Yes, I would love to go. Well, definitely next time I go to Las Vegas, I will visit the Palms. I have a video on the Palms somewhere on my channel prior to COVID, if you want to check that out. The place hasn't changed that much. There's nothing new about it. They just reopened. So if you're interested to see what the Palms looks like, just go into the, tap on that little magnifying glass and type in Palms when you're on my channel, Palms Casino. And it'll bring up that video for you. You could check it out. Let me get rid of these guys. Remove. Timeout. Let's see. Helena O, thank you for joining the chat. Yes, it's the best in January. Well, I don't know if it's the best. I do enjoy it, though. I do enjoy the quiet times of the year here. Even the rest of the Jersey Shore. I just like it when there are no tourists, if you will, and you pretty much have the ocean to yourself. It's just quite an incredible feeling. Jay Bart, I never saw the Brigantine Castle. That was before my time. Shirley, what about the diving horse as a mascot? Oh, well, there you go. That diving horse has not been around since when? The 60s or the 70s? Charlie's talking about the horse that used to dive off the steel pier until animal rights activists got involved and said, we're not having any horse jump off of anything into the ocean, which is probably a good thing. But yeah, they used to do that a long time ago. And good idea, Shirley. Again, I'm not getting rid of Clarice, but that's a good idea to keep in mind. Alex, welcome to the chat. What do you think of the new Cirque du Soleil show, Mad Apple, being brought to Vegas? I haven't seen it. I definitely want to see it. I'm a New Yorker at heart, and anything New York themed, I would love to see. I love Cirque du Soleil shows. I love their productions. So yes, definitely. Next time I'm in town, I am going to check it out. Jay Bart, beach bars are a cash cow. That's true, but they're fun. And you got to admit they're fun. You got the beach, you got the ocean, you got live bands, you got, expensive fancy cocktails. Unless you're drinking beer, well, that's fine too. But you got the casinos right there, and there's definitely a place for beach bars. I love music. I hope Resorts World builds the border park. Is Resorts World building a water park? I had no idea. That would be great. I always said a water park would be fantastic on the Las Vegas Strip. I was thinking on the northern end of the Strip by Mandalay Bay, but anywhere on the Las Vegas Strip would be great. So if Resorts World wants to do it, they have land around them, as a matter of fact, to build it. So that's a good idea. Jeff, do you know what the gated property is directly across from Ocean? I did know what that was, and I'm trying to think if Ocean actually owns that. I had mentioned in a video a long time ago here on the channel that I wanted all of us, you guys and me, to chip in $1 each. This is thinking that I have like millions of subscribers, which I don't have. But I always wanted to open up like a Mexican cantina there on the beach with, you know, mariachi bands and Mexican food and tequila bars. And I think that would be a perfect location for it. That's just, you know, stuff going on in my head. There's always stuff going on in my head. And so I invited all you New Yorkers to chip in and let's open this place up. I think I heard from one or two of you. So that kind of went out the door. So I think Ocean owns that, and they might be considering that for a beach bar. I could be wrong. So to answer your question, I'm not sure what they plan on doing with that and who owns it, but I'm pretty sure Ocean owns that property. I know what property you're talking about. It's a beautiful property. The tables are electronic at Resorts World. Well, I don't know if all of them are electronic. I know a lot of them are electronic. Actually, in any casino you go in today, they have electronic tables. So, Shirley, I'm sorry, if you're meaning there's no cash involved, that's probably true. The Resorts World doesn't deal with cash. They have some kind of weird system. I've never gambled in Resorts World, and quite frankly, it sounds kind of complicated to me. I'm not a complicated guy. I don't like to think a lot, period. But when I have to think, it needs to be important stuff, not blackjack and roulette. So, Jay Bart, diving horse ended in the 70s. Yeah, I knew it was the 60s or 70s. Mr. Peanut would be, Mr. Peanut. That's another good one. See, you guys always come up with great ideas. That peanut store on the boardwalk used to be a planter store. Yeah, it's pretty much nothing anymore. But another great idea from Jay Bart. Shirley, that was a great idea as well. IB Fanti, have you been taking advantage of the freebies the Borgata has been giving away on Sundays and Mondays? When you talk about freebies, you talk about like the gifty things. Like I know they give away umbrella. I just got an umbrella at, I think it was Ocean a couple of weeks ago. And now Ocean, I think today, which I didn't take advantage of. So to answer your question, no, I never know when they're giving this stuff away. You know, they mail me these postcards. Oh, come, you know, this Tuesday and that Thursday, and we'll give you a bottle of wine, which always opens up my eyes, but I never remember. But if I'm in the casino and I know that they're giving something away, yeah, I'm going to go get it. But I don't go out of my way just to pick up that stuff, because most of the time I don't need anything they're giving away, but I'm always there for a bottle of wine. Jay Bart, absolutely agree about the beach bars. Can't believe every casino doesn't have one. Yep. Helena, that sounds like a great idea. I think you're talking about my Mexican cantina. Okay, so you need to chip in also, Helena. I need $1 from you, and if I can get several million more people to chip in their dollars, then we'll do it, and we'll all have $1 share in this big scheme of mine. It's not a scheme, but a big dream of mine to open up a Mexican cantina on that property across from the ocean on the boardwalk. I love Mizu. You can't always get a loan, you can always get a loan and build a cantina. Christopher Bird, the best thing about AC beach bars is Vegas doesn't have them. It's a great niche. That's true. I always say, everyone says, what do Vegas and Atlantic City have in common? And the answer to that is, they both have hotels and casinos. That's easy. But other than that, the only thing they have in common is sand. Atlantic City has a beach, and of course, Vegas has a desert. That's the only thing they have in common. Two totally different vibes. Two totally, you might love Las Vegas, and I think the people who love Las Vegas don't care for Atlantic City, and it could be vice versa. The people who like Atlantic City don't care much for Vegas. They're two totally different things. Just because they have a casino and a hotel in common doesn't make them the same place. So, what got me on that rant? The beach. So yeah, Atlantic City has the advantage of having a boardwalk and a beach, which Las Vegas doesn't have. But Las Vegas has a lot of stuff also that Atlantic City doesn't have. Helena O, thank you for the super chat. I really appreciate that so much. And thank you so much. I think you gave me a super thanks a couple days ago too. Thank you so much for that. You too, Wise Malik, and everyone who's given me super thanks, by the way. Thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. Johnny J. Tab, all the stuff about Diving Horse is on YouTube. You can also view 2 live cameras on the boardwalk. That's how I check if it's raining or foggy out there. Yeah, I think there's more than 2. I know there's one at Resorts, which is one that I usually follow. And it's funny when if I'm home in the dead of winter and there's like a blizzard, I love to check in on that live cam right outside Resorts here on the boardwalk and just see like the snow coming down. I'm in the comfort of my own little living room with, I might be editing videos, and I got my little bunny rabbit slippers on and my little flannel PJs, and I click on that live Resorts cam on the boardwalk, and I see the snow coming down, and unfortunately I'll see 1 or 2 people walking along the boardwalk trying to figure out where they're going to get inside to warm up, and I like those live cams. Let's see. I miss the Sands and wish it was still in AC. Where was the Sands, Deborah? Was that where the Hilton is? I know the Sands was down here. Was that where Trump Plaza was? Again, that's before my time as far as a vlogger. Let me know where the Sands was. Christopher, Sands was the first casino I ever visited. All right, so either one of you, let me know. Johnny J. Tab, Deborah Camacho, yes, I love the Epic Buffet. IB1 fan, thanks, Jeff. Helena, I sent it, laugh out loud. The super thanks. Thank you, Helena. Jason Van Buren, welcome. Have you checked out any of the newly renovated or for 2002 rooms at Caesars AC? Curious how they compare to the other top rooms in AC. I haven't been to Caesars. Actually, Caesars was on my list today of things to do, but because of the live show today and other things, I haven't gotten over to Caesars today. It's been a while since I've been to Caesars. I'm going to say it's probably 2 or 3 months since I visited Caesars here on the boardwalk. I was there, I'm going to say, in the middle of the winter, and I did a tour of the Centurion Tower. They gave me a very nice room with ocean view. It's available here on the New York channel. Great view of the ocean. It was one of the top floors. I don't think it was newly renovated because you could see like little chips and things on the furniture, which is very common in hotels recently. But the room itself was huge, and it was very nice. So I know they're spending a lot of money. They sunk a ton of money into the Trop. In Harrah's, I think they're spending a little bit of money as well. I'm not sure what they're spending it on as Caesars, other than I think they're doing a Nobu thing. They're opening up a Hell's Kitchen there. I'm sure they're going to be renovating some rooms there also. So that was the only room that I've been in at Caesars. I try to make a habit of visiting a room in every hotel and casino here in Atlantic City at least once a year. Right now, I'm getting free rooms at Hard Rock and Ocean and Resorts. So why pay for them? Why pay for a room at the Trop when I can get one for free here at the Hard Rock or whatever? But once these rooms dry up, which they are going to eventually dry up as the season kicks in, and they're not going to be giving rooms away to Jeff from New York when they can get hundreds of dollars for them during the season. Once that happens, then I'll start taking a look at visiting other hotels and casinos like Caesars, like Trop and Bally's, and revisiting those this year. I visited all of them last year. All those videos are available on the New York channel. And also the Golden Nugget. Borgata, I also get free rooms from. So again, there's about, I'm going to say, 6 hotels and casinos here in Atlantic City that I haven't been to in several months as far as staying the night. So those will be coming up once these free rooms that I'm getting dry up shortly. Sands was next to the Claridge. So was that, no, Bally's, Claridge. So it's Caesars, Wild Wild West, Caesars, Wild Wild West, Bally's, Claridge, and then nothing. So I'm still confused as where Sands was. Christopher Bird, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate that. I'm in for 2 shares. Okay, so we're getting this Mexican Cantina place open. Right now we have about 3 empty shot glasses for our bar. So we have to work on the rest of this resort. So keep it coming. That's all I have to say. Thank you, Christopher. I appreciate it. Deborah Camacho, the Sands was off the boardwalk right across the street from Bally's and Claridge. So what's there now? I'm confused. I have to, as soon as I'm off here, if I don't go to the Steel Pier, which I really want to do, I will investigate where this Sands was. I have a friend in college who got married here on the Atlantic City Boardwalk. Something tells me, though, it was down closer by the Hilton, which doesn't even have a casino anymore. I'm trying to think of what that place was. I have to be honest with you guys. Prior to my vlogging days, Atlantic City, I don't know too much about it other than coming down, in college and maybe, doing a little gambling and stuff like that. I've learned a lot about Atlantic City in the past year. I'm certainly no expert, but I've learned a lot about Atlantic City in the past couple of years. And prior to that, it's kind of like a big blur. So the Sands, it does sound familiar, and I need to check that out. So, Jay Bart, took Atlantic City a long time to capitalize on the beach and outdoor spaces. I guess their mentality was to keep you inside the game. Well, that's true. All these hotels and casinos, they don't want you to go outside. They want you to stay inside. But I think as small businesses, which I said before in this chat, and I'm going to say again, and I truly believe small businesses is what it's going to take to bring this town around. And it's not going to be the hotels and casinos. It's going to be the mom and pop places or the entrepreneur people outside the hotels and casinos that's going to bring this town back to its former glory days, which I'm talking about prior to hotels and casinos, when it was America's playground. Deborah, the people mover used to connect it to Claridge. People mover. I don't know what that is. Again, Deborah, you've been around Atlantic City a lot more than I have prior to my vlogging days, apparently. Kitty Cat 7777 was just at Caesars getting pretty neglected. Yeah, the thing about Caesars is you're absolutely right. There is nothing going on there for the past several years. Maybe they're renovating their rooms. I haven't seen it. And if I walked into Caesars 25 years ago and I walked into Caesars today, if you ask me, nothing's changed. Maybe a couple of restaurants have changed, but it's the same statues. It's the same layout. It's the same stores. It's the same reservation area. It's the same, if anything, the buffet's gone. I gotten some flack, by the way, about giving my opinion on pizzas that I've never eaten at the Caesars buffet upstairs. It was a good point that the person made, that how dare you, talk about pizzas when you haven't tried them. And that's what I did. But I made it very clear that I haven't tried the pizza. I just didn't think they would be good there. So I've committed myself to trying the pizzas upstairs where the Caesar's buffet used to be. I'm planning on doing that sometime in the near future. I want to do like this whole pizza thing here on the boardwalk. So I've added that to my list because that person was right that I should not knock something that I haven't tried. So I will be trying that out. Caesarland said you should build an outdoor coliseum and make outdoor shows, maybe a tournament of king-style outdoor dinner theater. Okay. J. Bart, Sands was on Indiana, imploded around 2006, I think. So I need to find a satellite video or a satellite photo of Atlantic City Boardwalk prior to 2006, and I will see what the Sands looks like. And I am sure once I see it, I'm going to go, oh yeah, J. Bart. It was the Playboy. Oh yeah, the Playboy. I'm very familiar with the Playboy Hotel and Casino. Then Trump, then Atlantis. Okay, wasn't that the Plaza? I don't know. J. Bart, I'm going to take your word for that. I do remember the Playboy and then Trump in Atlantis. Yeah, I remember the Playboy. I actually have a chip from the Playboy Hotel and Casino here in Atlantic City. But it was weird. The casino was on like 3 different levels, and you had to take escalators. It was kind of weird, the whole layout. I never got it. But if that became the Sands, then I do know what you're talking about. Nothing is there. Sands was never replaced. Okay, so we're talking about just an empty space on the boardwalk. Patricia Tilgman, thank you for joining the chat. I'm just joining in. Do you see a time when there will be a residency music shows similar to Vegas? Actually, they're starting. I believe Caesars is getting a show from the same producer and owners that have the, I think it's Siegel is the name. They have the Absinthe show on the Las Vegas Strip. Caesars, I guess, entertained the owners of the Absinthe show. They have a couple shows in Las Vegas. Again, going out of my mind, my very old memory. They have a couple shows on the Las Vegas Strip. And I think Caesars spoke to them and they said, we'd love to have you here in Atlantic City. And there you are, actually opening a show here. So it's going to be the start of Vegas type shows coming to Atlantic City. And I think that's coming near the end of this summer. And that show is probably going to lead to more Vegas-like shows here in town as well. Deborah, yeah, nothing is there anymore. Just a sad, empty space. Yeah, there's nothing happy about an empty space. They're all sad. Fragucci, welcome to the chat. Hey, New York, what's up? Shirley, Sands is where the People Mover was. That's what Deborah said, and I don't remember the People Mover. The only People Mover I know is at I think it's Future World in Disney World in Orlando. That's the only People Mover I know. Caesar's almost depressing looking. It's certainly falling behind the times. They need to do something. Caesar's has put too much stock into Gordon Ramsay, in my opinion. Trop has a better idea for its dining future. That's a good point, Christopher. Caesar's seems to love, first of all, Caesar's loves Gordon Ramsay. So I don't know, what kind of deal they're giving him, but Gordon Ramsay is in like every Caesar's property in Vegas, and he obviously has his pub here. Yeah, Gordon Ramsay's pub in Caesar's here in Atlantic City, and now he's opening up another Hell's Kitchen here in Atlantic City as well. So they have a very good working relationship. So that pretty much wasn't a shocker. I can't wait for it to open up, Hell's Kitchen here at Caesars, and I'm dying to check it out. Playboy, awesome. My wife was asked if she wanted to work as a cocktail waitress. Her father would have had a fit. Okay. I do remember those Playboy bunnies. As a matter of fact, my dad has an old Playboy Club card, which is part of the chip collection that we have. that was quite a culture, that whole Playboy culture. I find it very fascinating, and I have some memorabilia from it. J-Bart, to clarify, it wasn't the Sands. I'm sorry. Oops. I'm trying to get rid of some of these hacker things. Remove. Hide. Sorry, guys. Just doing a little street cleaning here. There we go. It was Playboy then, Atlantis, and then finally Trump Regency. Sands, whole different spot on Indian area. Sorry for the confusion. All right, this whole Sands thing, maybe I will do some research and post what I find in the community room in the near future about the Sands. I'm writing this down. Sands. Come on, Ben. Sands. People, Mover, Playboy. I'm going to straighten this all out in the community room. Stay tuned in the next day or two, and we'll take it from there. So we got 40 people in the room. It looks like the chat is slowing down, finally. My voice is getting a little tired. I might head over to the Steel Pier right now, and then I want to head back to the room here to edit that video of Serendipity, which hopefully will be up tomorrow. So stay tuned for that. And I just want to thank everyone for joining on the chat tonight. I had a great time, and I will be doing another live show shortly. Stay tuned to the community room to find out when. Thank you for everyone that gave me a super chat, and for all those people who gave me a super thanks during the week, which I usually thank you at the end of the week anyway for that. So I appreciate everything you guys do, whether it's engaging in comments or here in the chat. It just makes me feel good that a lot of the work that I do isn't going for nothing, that you guys appreciate it, and we can all get together every once in a while and have a great time, which I think we all had here. So, J-Bart, everyone hit the thumbs up. Thank you, J-Bart. I appreciate that. Yeah, if you haven't hit the thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. Another thing, just so you guys know, is I made the chat available. Other people can be watching, but the only people who can chat are subscribers. I have YouTube has so many different analytics, and my channel is doing so well on some. But one of the analytics that it suffers in is that everyone watches my videos, but the percentage of people who are actually subscribed is very low. So that doesn't seem to hurt the advertisers. They are more or less interested in how many people are watching and what they're watching, as opposed to how many are subscribed. But there are other things that subscribe really does help the channel out. So I always talk about that. Please hit the thumbs up and subscribe. The amount of people who watch my videos is high. The amount of people who are actually subscribed to the channel is low. So that's what I'm working on. That's why I'm always begging you guys to please subscribe. And one of the things I said is with this live video and the ones going up in the future is that if you want to participate in the chat, you need to subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, and it's not asking much, but if you want to chat on these live shows, you need to be a subscriber. So this was the first show, and obviously it didn't hurt. We had quite a few subscribers here today, and I thank you guys for that. Have a great week. Look forward to that Serendipity video tomorrow. If I make it back here alive and stay up for a couple of hours and edit that video, it will be up tomorrow at noon. Thanks again. I will talk to you guys soon. And take care. And if you have any personal questions or questions regarding, visiting Atlantic City or other places that I go to, feel free to email me, Jeff. Don't even say Jeff. It's newyork@yahoo.com. NUYAWK@yahoo.com. And I will be happy to get back to you. It might not be immediately, but I will be happy to get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks, everybody, and I will talk to you soon. Take care.